They lied. They lied, but that's okay. That's the title of this video. Really simple idea that I want to express here to you, but extremely important. Fast story. I've been married now for almost 30 years, and the day that I told my dad that I was getting married, he immediately called my sister Carla. Immediately. I told him just keep it between him and me. He immediately called her. I had a dysfunctional family, I guess. And he said, TJ's getting married. And then the first thing he said to my sister, he goes, keep it between us, just like I had asked him to do the same. He goes, now just between you and me, Carla, he goes, TJ is not ready for marriage. Just like that. Because he knew how absolutely positively immature that I was at the time. And he had already gone through marriage and failed, and he knew that how demanding marriage can be, and how much it forces you to change and that type of thing when you've got a good person that you're married to. He just said, TJ's not ready for marriage. And then my sister Carla immediately called me and told me that that's what my dad had said. You know, and I was very, very, very upset at the time. I was extremely upset. What do you mean I'm not ready for marriage? You know, why aren't you supporting me? Why aren't you in my corner? Why are you saying all of these bad things, you know? But having thought it through, and again, that was almost 30 years ago, I know exactly what he meant. And he was right. He was absolutely right. He could not have been more right. I was not ready for marriage. But here's the funny thing. I'm still not ready for marriage some days. I'm still not ready. And what does that have to do with business? Everything. When I started my first business in 1985, I wasn't ready for business, and everybody knew it. Everybody was saying, TJ, you're crazy. You're crazy to get into business for yourself. You don't have any money. You don't have any previous business experience, no contacts, no skills. I was a factory worker. And I was very upset with them, just like I was upset with my dad when he told my sister Carla that I wasn't ready to get married. I was extremely upset. But you know what? All of them were right, and at the time it really hurt my feelings. You know, why can't you be more supportive? That's the only thing I was thinking of at the time, and yet I know I wasn't ready for business, but I have had to grow into it, and same is true for you. No matter what it is that you want to accomplish. I'm getting ready to sneeze here in a minute. Hope I don't do that on camera. If so, I'll cut this video. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, there's never going to be any perfect time for you. And you're gonna go through hardships and disappointment and suffering and pain and setbacks and difficulties and any other synonym that you can possibly think of. You're going to go through all of it because that's how you develop your skills and abilities, and that's how you pay the price. I don't care whatever it is that you want to be great at or achieve in a major kind of way, there's going to be adversity and setbacks and suffering along the way. You're going to have to grow as a person. That's how you develop your skills. That's how you develop your character. So find good partners. Nothing could be more important. I married a good woman. And it was only because of her that I was able to stay married during those first handful of years, for sure. If it wasn't for Eileen, there's no way I would have made it. She had been married before, and she was a lot more mature than I was. She still is. And so find good people. My business partner, my first business partner that back in 1985, he was a wild, reckless, crazy guy, fresh out of prison. Don't judge me for that. He was in prison for some stupid thing. That's another story for another day, but he was fresh out of prison. And it's only recently, and that was over 30 years ago, it was only recently I realized that was part of his strength. You know, he was making up for lost time. Because once we built that business up, and we built it up fast, then he started just doing nothing, basically. I was doing all the work, in my opinion. In my way of thinking, I'm sure that there's another opinion here if he ever watches this video. Without him, it could have never happened. because he was making up for lost time. He had just spent 18 months in prison. He had just gotten out of prison. And by the way, I was the only friend of his that visited him in prison. I believe that's true. Maybe one other guy visited him, but that was it. So he had all these friends, but when he went to prison, nobody visited him. Anyway, he got out of prison. He was looking to make up for lost time. I was cleaning carpets for this guy that lived about 6 miles from here. And Gary said, hey, let's start our own carpet cleaning business. Well, it was the worst time to do it, because it was around holiday season and nobody wants to have their carpets cleaned, you know, in the winter time and that kind of thing. But we had everything going against us, and yet we did it because, again, it was who he was. He made it happen, not me. I had the skills of a carpet cleaner and a salesperson. Gary had the skills to whatever was thrown in his way, he could tackle it and that kind of thing. So find the right people. Of course, then I got rid of him 9 months later, and him and I went our own way because the partnership ceased to be a productive, empowering thing. But without him, it would have never happened. Find the right people, and don't wait. There is no perfect time. Get that idea out of your head. And if people told you that it was going to be easy or simple or whatever, they lied to you. That's the title of this video, is they lied to you. If they told you it was just going to all come together and happen effortlessly or whatever, it's not. But here's the point. Maybe you needed to be lied to. I know I did. Because if I would have known how difficult it was going to be and how the price I was going to have to pay, I don't know if I would have paid it. Of course, if you would have told me that back then, I would have just saw that as, I probably still would have done it. And you still need to do it yourself. So I hope I've said something here that has helped you. I'm always looking for good joint venture business partners. Reach out to me at heytj.com, HEYTJ.com, or send me an email at tickets@heytj.com. Thank you, and hope you've benefited from this video. Stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There's an old quote that just says, the best time to grow a tree, or plant a tree, I'm sorry, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. So this is your today. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now.